don't tell me 100 years ago it was all strict and orderly. It wasn't.
Yeah.
People were coming in all sorts of different ways 100 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So your parents and grandparents, they came.
They came.
And every one of them that came were considered unclean, unwanted.
Yeah.
Leave your innocent bigotry at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome, Carl and Mike. I'm Carl.
I'm Mike.
And we're here at our corner bakery cafe in the dead of the day.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all ours.
It's dead, man. There's no noise at all. It's no background noise.
I know. We're gonna have
Just
to.
kind of a hum. Weird.
People will start to come in around another hour or so.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be the hell out of here by then.
Done and gone by then.
Yeah.
So how's it going?
It's going good.
What's happening?
What's happening? Buying a car.
Yes. You're gonna buy like a new car?
New car.
Why not buy a used car?
I've never had good luck buying used cars. Every single one of them have been
Really?
a turd. I bought 2 used Volvos. I bought a used Toyota. All of them had problems that I couldn't foresee when I bought them that wound up costing me more money. So I just buy a new one.
Did you buy these from people or did you buy them from a lot?
Dealership. Oh, no.
Isn't there some kind of warranty you get now when you buy used?
Well, one of the cars I bought from my parents, and actually there's 2 I bought from my parents. One of them I wish I still had, but I don't. And then the other 2 I bought from they were both Volvos, and they were from somebody that specialized in Volvos.
What are you buying this time?
Another Subaru.
How many? This is your second Subaru?
This is my second one.
And I say people will tend to buy the same car.
Yeah. We've had Toyotas and Hondas and a BMW and some other stuff, and the Subarus are great cars.
Really?
But this experience, it was just it was a nightmare. Talking to 15 dealerships in Texas and Oklahoma, and wind up buying one in Denver.
You're buying your car in Denver.
Buying the car in Denver, going to go up there, drive it back, and save about $1,500. You know, that's a bunch of money. And I'm just using points on the card to get up there and come back.
$1,500.
$1,500. The people around here won't even begin to match it.
Really?
They won't even come close.
So when you say you talked to these people, you talked to them on the phone, or you went to the dealership? What'd you do?
No, I talked to them on the phone.
So you didn't go to any dealerships?
No. Well, no, we went to one. We went to one dealership. But you can't, try and go to 15 dealerships and try and hit dealerships in Austin and Houston and Oklahoma City and
city, let alone out of state.
Try it. It's a brave new world out there. The best way I think to buy cars, and this is the last thing I'll say on it, is find the dealership in Denver is the largest Subaru dealership in the country. So if you're going to buy a Ford, find out who the largest Ford dealerships are around you and just talk to them. They've got a bigger inventory. They're more interested in pushing the iron off the lot. That's what it gets down to.
So you're going to fly to Denver, buy a car.
Well, actually, we're going to be going on vacation to San Francisco. We're going to cut the San Francisco vacation a day short, drop off in Denver, get the car, drive home.
Wow.
And we'll be, in Colorado with a car that will be driving home.
Mike.
Place those orders. Phone in those orders. Yes. And it's an SUV, and we'll fill up the wheel wells and every
I wonder if they
hidden cavity and
right. It's kind of weird pot is kind of like where gay marriage was like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple states that had it.
It's going to reach critical.
It's going to change.
It's going to reach critical mass and then just
not if Chris Christie is president, because he said he would bust your ass.
Well, he's Mr. 2%. No, sorry, we're not going to have to worry about him.
Chris, you're out.
Yeah, you're out, and the rest of them are out. So anyway, that's it. So I think all in all, it'll be good, and then we'll come through New Mexico and go into Taos, buy some sheepskins for the front 2 seats, come home. Have you ever had sheepskins in your car? Oh man, you'd think in the summer in Texas it'd be hot. Oh no, cool little air blowing through those little furs.
It makes it cooler.
Ooh, yeah, it doesn't sweat. Does not sweat like vinyl or leather. And in the winter, it's like putting on sheepskin jacket on your butt. Keeps it nice and toasty.
Really? So you've always had sheepskins on your seats?
I've had them on. I had them on my car that I had for 17 years, and then when we bought this other one, there was no way I was going to leave those sheepskins on that car, so I stripped them out, and they fit like a glove on this new Subaru. And so, yeah.
Huh.
as a ticket.
I've never had.
Anyway,
sheepskin.
there's a few things that I hate more than shopping for a car.
Yeah.
Looking for a job, maybe.
Shopping for cars, pain.
Yeah. So anyway,
I've got to, I'm thinking about doing that too because we're just about paid off our vehicle.
yeah.
And but I'm debating whether to go used instead of 1 year used.
Nope.
What?
Don't do it.
What?
No,
What?
don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I talked to my good friend James Kinson
Yeah.
at Cash Car Convert.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
so
true.
I'm
and
going to
he's
go check
good.
out his
Yeah.
site because he would say what you're doing. No. Bad.
Yeah. But we keep our cars forever.
So you buy it, but you keep it forever and ever.
Oh yeah, the BMW we had for 17 years.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. There's no reason to get rid of it.
I've had my car, the Avalon, which drives like a prince.
Yeah.
It's a 2002, so
Yeah.
we're up 13 years.
Yeah. Here we are sitting here talking about cars. It's really kind of a
such a
first
guy thing.
But it's kind of a first world problem we're dealing with, and then
Yes.
we got this refugee thing going on. It
Yes.
just is just got its tragic.
So let me talk
shit.
about that because I'm a little confused perspective. So and this comes from Facebook. I was on Facebook in this post, and I know Facebook, but
Just so you know, it's true.
I know it's true. That's right. But what they were showing clips from how the media is covering the refugee thing, and then they were showing video clips of things that weren't being covered. And it's the first I saw it. And so what they showed, the first thing they showed was kind of a distraction, which was the reporter tripping that kid.
Oh, that
Right?
bitch! Oh,
Yeah.
she lost her job. Yeah, no.
So that took a lot of media coverage.
Yeah.
Showed that.
Yeah.
But they didn't show right. They also showed either refugees being poorly treated, right? Or there was refugees are good or victims. One of the two. That's the storyline. But there was this other stuff going on. There was these Syrian refugees with ISIS flags hitting on these police. There was.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
There was these, and then throwing.
That's what everybody's really afraid of.
The police dropped water to them, and they took the water and threw it on the train tracks. So it's like "fuck you, police" kind of thing.
Why did they throw it in the train track?
Because it was coming from the police, as far as best I could guess.
Really?
So there was, busting windows,
So the
throwing
police are
rocks
going-
at buses. There is an element, at least.
Yeah.
But the fact is, none of it is being reported. There's a narrative here, and maybe that narrative is true for 90%, and that's why there's the narrative. You could argue that,
Yeah.
but there's also at least incidences that were shown that I didn't know or see.
Yeah,
and you guys carrying ISIS flags? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So how much is that? And if ISIS wants to spread across the world, this is the way to do it.
Yeah. Oh no, and you got to believe that that's going on. But
Out of 80,000 refugees, you're going to have at least you could have 1,000 of them.
Yeah, let's just talk about media coverage. Okay, if you have 90% of the media cover the people that are coming across it's really tragic and they're just really trying to get out, law-abiding kind of thing, that gives you one way of looking at it. If the media covers 90% and they show the guys with the ISIS flags and throwing rocks and stuff, that it's a whole totally different spin on the exact same story.
It isn't the exact same story. The things are happening. The question is, at what percentage are they happening? And is the media giving equal percentage to how it's happening?
Is the
Or are they
percentage
tilting it one way or the other?
Is the percentage based on?
Well, right now, media ain't showing any of the bad actions by the refugees.
Well, and I think one of the reasons they may not do it is I think there's just most people are afraid that is exactly what's happening.
They don't want to scare people. It's not the media's decision to decide whether they'll scare people. The media's decision is to get as close to the truth, covered and close to the truth as possible.
True.
If that's happening, and it's happening more than a gang of 5 or 6 guys that just happen to be out there, then they need to report it.
Yeah.
They don't need to over-report it to create the feeling that all refugees or all Syrians are bad.
Yeah.
But they need to report it as close to proximity.
One of the things that people are concerned with is ISIS using this flood of refugees as an opportunity to seed Europe.
Right.
Of course
They are
they're
not
doing
stupid.
it.
This is the way to do it.
This is the way to do it.
But so the answer is you got both. You have the tragic,
Yeah.
families caught in the crossfires of it all. You've got this is potentially seeding. The answer is both. Sometimes it's like the media playing all the victim thing, and all the refugees are victim. You know what I mean? It's not your job to play it as it is, and the reality, and lots of times, is both.
Yeah, but they don't talk about both.
Right. Never, and the media in general, never. Kid drowned in the thing, and it's a tragic thing. But the kid was, drinking beers and acting reckless. That doesn't get covered.
It's just like Trump talking about the people coming over from Mexico. He says they're rapists and gang members. Is there some of that going? Oh, absolutely. What percentage?
Right. That's
tell
really
me what,
the question.
Tell me what the
asked.
percentage is.
Right.
No, that's not. That's the question that doesn't.
Nobody's asked him that question. What percent do you think are the criminals?
It's the same thing. Is we talk about this fear.
Yeah.
And people getting you all wrapped up with fear so they can then sell you an antidote.
Right.
But this is fear. What is the fear? The fear there, and each certain people are selling a certain fear.
So I don't get the refugee thing of underreporting that. I don't get the thing that it's not being overreported, should be overreported, and should be demanded. That we're not Arab countries are first in line on the refugees.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that Saudi Arabia
and all of them
is not in all the wealthy.
And I posted on Carl and Mike. It looked true to me. Sometimes you can never tell, but it says that Saudi Arabia has tent city that's empty with air conditioned tents for up to 3 million people.
Yeah, well, put them in.
And none of them are in there. It's empty. It's an empty tent city. It's an empty tent city.
It's their neighborhood.
It's not only can they afford it, they've already built it.
So why aren't they taking them in?
Yeah. And why are we not even having a discussion about it?
There's a real weird, delicate dance that goes on with Saudi Arabia, with the powers that be in this country. No, I don't understand that. I want to understand what that is. I don't know if it's, the Trilateral Commission and all that bullshit or whatever
you get into
it
the
is.
conspiration thing because
it's
it's so
then you
weird.
Get in, but, there are
this crane that went down. That's run by the Bin Laden family. It turns out the Bin Laden family, which I kind of quasi background knew, but really didn't, is like one of the major, it's like the Halliburton of Saudi Arabia.
That's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are.
Family is the Halliburton
That's
of Saudi
exactly
Arabia.
what they are. And what percentage of the hijackers were from Saudi Arabia?
All of them.
Yeah. Come on, people. This is not rocket science here.
Right.
What is the deal? Why are we dancing around it? Because of the oil.
Two things. I think one is you've got the whole big old country run by this family who's Western friendly. So you got that going. And
the government is run by the family. The Wahhabists run by the religious aspect of it.
Right. The deal is
we'll leave you alone. You leave us alone. Yeah.
So they've gone batshit crazy Wahhabists in terms of religion. I mean, women can't even drive a car.
I think the Wahhabists are after them. I think
the
house of Assad's going to drop.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You would think.
But
everything about Saudi Arabia is kind of weird. The House of Assad has pulled it off, which
so far.
Al-Qaeda definitely wants that against the House of Assad. I mean, that's one of their big things, to take control of ISIS. ISIS is out for the House of Assad. They're wanting to control
they want Mecca and Medina.
Yeah. But Saudi Arabia somehow skates through everything. They're not being called on. They're not taking any refugees. They got a pass on the 9/11 thing. They get a pass on all sorts of shit.
No, they don't get a pass. I'm sorry. They don't get a pass.
They're getting a pass.
They're going to get it. I mean,
all the conversations I hear is about how Europe, how many are you going to take? Germany's going to take this many.
No, and they've closed the borders. You heard that Germany's closed the border. Hungary's, and they've going, we're going to stop this. But what happened is you got all these people in a pipeline. Why was it rushing
to take them in the first place? Because the little kid washed up on shore. That's why.
Well, yeah, that made a good story. Okay, everybody covers it. Says this is the face of the tragedy. It is the tragedy, and it is a lot.
Take all the. Why isn't the Arab states' job to take it on?
Well, that's a good question. Why is that flow of people through Turkey and then up through Europe? Why isn't that flow of people? They want to go to Europe.
They don't want to go to Saudi Arabia because
they're not wanted.
Right.
They're not accepted. They're not wanted.
Aren't they the same tribe? Sunni? They're on the Sunni side of things?
Well, some of them are Sunni, some of them are Christian, some of them are Shias, some of them are Kurds,
I'm not sure
some
what
of them
happened
are, all kinds of stuff. But, I think the countries in Europe finally, they're supposed to be meeting, I think, now, trying to come up with some sort of common ground.
One, you got a ton of them. Two, you got three problems. You got a ton of them coming in. You got Arab countries not taking the lead. And you've got a potential seeding of ISIS throughout Europe.
Oh, it's not a potential. It's seeding. I don't believe for a fact that it's not doing that.
You say it's definitely happening.
Oh, yeah.
Lone wolves can cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, and originally I thought Germany, in the beginning, it showed Germans welcoming them.
Yeah.
I thought that's good. They learned from World War II. But the idea of refugees and trains and camps in Europe and barbed wire is not a good visual. It wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Or it's too close to what happened, 50, 60
it's not
years
close
ago.
Because they were forced in. The Jews were sent to the camps.
They were herded in, yes. But are they
These
not?
people are coming in willingly.
They're coming in willingly.
Difference.
They're coming to Europe willingly. They're then being herded into camps for processing and onto trains. It's just
where are they processing? Where are they going to put these people?
Well, I think that's what everybody's meeting on. Who's going to take what? France, how many are you in for? Belgium, what are you in for? Sweden, how many are you in for? Greece,
you got
Greece.
You got a lot of cases. You got no ID. You got nothing.
No photo ID.
Why aren't they saying United Arab Emirates? What are you in for? Saudi Arabia? What are you in for?
Yeah.
Kuwait, what are you in for?
You've got this flow of people coming in, and they're not tied into TV watching that tells them that, okay, time to stop, might as well go back around because nobody's accepting. This is flow of people coming in, and it's just going to continue to flow.
There's no,
it's in the pipeline. So whatever's in the pipeline is going to wind up in Europe, and then what do you do with whatever's in Europe?
I heard the
you
one lady
disperse
says
them as much as you can.
Syria is emptying.
So who gets it then when it's empty?
They're emptying it now.
So
people have
gets
said that's it. We're leaving.
So and they're not coming back. So it's like Katrina. When a lot of the people left New Orleans, a lot of them left.
Way more.
Some of them went back, but a lot of them left and stayed gone. So that's what's going to happen with these refugees. They're going to go other
same
places.
Kind of situation. You're going to stay in someone's house in the beginning, and then they get the job.
Then who winds up with Syria?
Syria is just an empty place that the war is done in.
Does ISIS take it over?
ISIS is going to be taking part. It's ISIS versus the government. With Russia feeding military aid to the government, absolutely.
I don't know. It's just, you can't help but feel a tug on your heart when you see these people.
I have tons of empathy for the victims of this, and the families, and the horror, the children.
And these are people that feel like they're being forced out. This is not a willing thing. They would rather stay in their country, but with their homes. You
can't stay when your children are.
You leave.
They're shelling your neighborhood,
and
it's amazing that Assad has been able to stay in power. I guess it's the power of the military. I mean, how do you even do it?
Kill him. Oh,
a lot of times you really need to cut the leader's head off.
Cut the head off.
I mean, if
everybody's talking about him, exactly. What is it that keeps the political elites from cutting the head off of other elites? Because they're afraid they'll get their head cut off.
Yes.
Does that maybe have something to do with it?
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Maybe so. Yes. Have we hit a nerve?
Is Assad that hard to hit?
He can't.
How about you set up a meeting with them, like with CBS News, and then CBS News doesn't show up, and you hit them.
Whatever. It can't be that. How many different places can he go?
At least hundreds of thousands have died. Mm-hmm. Multi-millions are displaced. Mm-hmm. All for this guy to stay on power. I just don't get it. I don't get how the military doesn't turn on him.
Fear.
It's one guy.
Yeah, I know it's one guy.
Maybe a couple of brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, you take the whole family out.
I don't know. I don't.
They did it in Romania when that came in.
Yeah.
Just took them out. You do that.
I don't understand that kind of mentality of the people. It's like in North Korea. I don't understand the mentality of the military that stands behind that little fucker with the weird hair.
The military is part of that little fucker. It's one
part
of their own.
Part of the military is, but if somebody decides to sacrifice themselves and kill that guy,
somebody's family had to get sent to the camps. But that's why they try to kill everybody in the family, right? So there's nobody left. Not going to just kill you. They're going to kill your children.
Yeah, and so that's why
That's how they pull that off.
So you need an orphan to take it on.
Somebody who slipped through the cracks. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. You're right. That they aren't taken out that way.
Yeah, and the refugee thing it's kind of an interesting thing. Would you consider the people that are coming up through Mexico, were they refugees or migrants? Migrants are people that are doing it willingly. Refugees are ones that feel like they have to leave, or are being forced to leave.
Right.
Or are fearful for their life.
Right.
So I'd say most of those are refugees. Migrants are coming for a better life.
Yes.
They choose to do it to come for a better life.
A lot of these people, which is semi-underreported, and Dumbo Trump making his comments about Mexicans, they're just going through Mexico. A lot of these people are coming from Guatemala. A lot of these people are coming from El Salvador. A lot of these people are coming from Central
Wherever.
America. It's not like they just happen to be going through.
Yeah.
I like try to explain to Trump. It'd be like, what?
You can't explain. to
They're all
somebody that
coming in
knows-
through Florida. It'd be, it's not Florida. There's people coming in from the islands and all. They just happen to be traveling through Florida to get to Georgia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you don't get it.
Yeah.
But my latest numbers I heard was it was low.
What's
on
that?
Migrant.
Oh, migrants coming up from Mexico. It's lower than it
Percentages
has
were
been.
lower.
Yeah, it's lower than
so
it
it's not
has
really
been.
an issue. You see what Obama did today?
What?
Drop the U word
You were what?
on American,
Oh,
on the
who?
Republican Party,
Oh, did
around
he really?
immigration.
Oh, did he?
He
really?
said, unless you're Native American, I don't want to hear about it. Don't tell me 100 years ago it was all strict and orderly. It wasn't.
Yeah.
People were coming in all sorts of different ways 100 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So your parents and grandparents, they came.
They came.
And every one of them that came were considered unclean, unwanted.
Well, you know what WAP means? You know, that
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
derogatory term for Italians,
Right.
without papers.
Is that what that is?
That's what that means.
I never knew that.
Yes, I looked it
That's
up one
where
time.
WAP came from?
WAP means without papers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's your Italian. So if you're an Italian American, you're bitching so much.
Well, what it is Italians and
Irish were considered drunks and low class.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think anyone that came in mass were Trumpicized as
Yeah.
rapists and
Yeah.
criminals and bad elements.
Well, each group during its own
And then
time
I think Obama said
was
around
demonized.
Yeah,
He
Obama
said
around
an
the
American.
kid, an American, especially treating kids that already live here that are Americans in every sense of the word except by papers.
Yeah.
To try to say that you're going to toss them out is not what we're about as a country.
No, it's not.
And it's un-American.
No, that's
So I'm sure their heads are going, I
Yeah.
can't wait for the debates tomorrow. And I
yeah.
think he purposely said it today.
Oh,
for tomorrow. 'Cause
yeah.
Mr. Chessmaster Obama
yes.
is always a
Of
couple
course
moves
he
ahead.
did. Of course he did.
And where did he say this at? I think he went down a little trip and said it in Iowa.
Oh, the U word
So, and he wrapped God, America, all in the same sentence.
with immigrants. And
It's not how God treats, he did the whole 9 yards.
These are people.
So
These are
just-
human
Yeah,
beings.
exactly. So he just made their heads explode.
Obama unplugged.
Obama unplugged,
That would
exactly
be so
what that is.
good.
Yes. And then speaking of unplugged, Bernie Sanders at Liberty University, did you see any of that? I love that.
The belly of the beast.
The belly of the beast.
Yeah, and I thought
that was good.
I thought he was real good.
And
And
I
I
give
think
credit
it's-
to Liberty University for hosting him and letting the children hear
Yeah.
other viewpoints.
Yeah.
I liked it because he went moral on it.
Because the people that are in that university, they were raised with that. They didn't
had
come
no
on that
idea. Right.
on their own.
I
He's
think
given
some of the
them a
things he
chance
heard
to,
that they have never heard before.
yes,
In their little cocoon.
That's exactly right.
There may be some educating around that today, but yeah, I got to pierce the bubble a little bit,
You know, I tell you what, the more and more I hear about from Bernie, the more I like him.
You're getting the burn. You're feeling
Bernie
the burn.
and Warren.
Bernie and
Sanders Warren, yeah. Oh,
I still think Hillary's.
I hope not. I really, honestly,
Really?
I have to say, I hope not. I want because she's got too many issues. I would like her to be kind of fall by the wayside and some fresh meat come in there that people have not been building any kind of war chest on, and they don't know what to do, and it just like they're like these little swirling dervishes.
Yeah, I like somebody posted again on the Facebook, so it must be true.
Yeah.
But two photos. One was what kind of like what did Bernie and Hillary do in college?
What?
It showed Bernie, and Bernie was there, marching in the civil rights, and Hillary was working for Goldwater, Barry Goldwater, hardcore Republican. But I do think the biggest problem I've had with Hillary is she's just not a good candidate.
Has she come out and said anything about the things going on in Europe? I haven't
The thing
heard
is,
a
I
word.
haven't heard anything from Hillary. Either they're not covering it or she's not talking about it.
Have you heard anybody on the Republican or the Democratic side say anything about what's going on in Europe in reference to the refugees?
Oh, the
I'm gonna
Syrian
call them
refugees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
No.
not just Syria. I mean, there's refugees from there are Iraqi. There are all kinds of. There are multiple countries coming in through.
Yeah, I
that
saw
way.
60 Minutes did a thing on
Yeah.
the Christians that
Yeah.
had to leave Iraq and go
Yeah,
over
and
to
some
Kurdistan.
countries are going, well, we'll take the Christian refugees, but we're not going to take the Muslim refugees. So there's some of that going on.
Yeah, but if you're a family, right, and you're not, your options are, we're going to send you back to Syria. I'm going to tell them,
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
I'm a Christian.
Yeah. Well,
Are you
baby,
not?
where do I sign?
For your children?
Where do
Are
I
you kidding
sign
me?
up? Love Jesus.
Love Jesus. I'm sorry, I lost the cross in a battle 20 miles back.
Dad, you got one I can borrow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just give me what I need to. You tell me what I need to say.
Yeah, see,
I'm here.
This is my child, Cindy.
Yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah.
Named after Saint Christopher.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Patron saint of
Yeah.
help.
And my other little small son, Jesus. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. His name is Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No silent A. No
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to turn back Jesus?
Yeah.
You're not going to.
I'm renaming my kid.
You're not going to.
Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. There they are.
You're not. Are you going to send Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, the kids, back to Syria?
No. I'm telling whatever they. I don't got a passport on me. I got nothing, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Christian. Sure glad the hell got out of there.
We need to go over there and set up a booth that people could fund through, and we'll give them some suggestions like this, and give them some papers that rename them everything, and give them some crosses and send them on down the road.
There you go.
Yeah.
Change your religion booth.
Yeah. Do the little sign of the cross thing, sprinkle some
Sure,
water.
they get interrogated. They'll ask them.
Yeah, here, eat this
Christian
wafer, drink this, vino, move on down the line. Next, number 9,
So
number
you're
9.
gonna have the wine and bread and wine there.
Oh,
The whole little Last Supper
sure.
right in there.
Oh, yeah, just kind of shove them on down. Well, they're hungry at that point.
So they're gonna go for the wine and the bread.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
You say, okay, here's your names.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah. You're St. Patrick. You're St. Christopher.
Uh-huh.
What's your last name? Smith.
Here's some Hard Rock T-shirts.
Yeah.
Here's, just keep them moving.
Move the line.
What really is weird though, when you do see big crowds like that, you'll see Nike T-shirts and
Yeah.
Rolling Stones T-shirts or whatever. I mean, it's just bizarre.
Especially in Africa. You see
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
All the clothes that have been donated and stuff.
Oh man.
Yes. So there it is. I don't know if we solved anything, but I have a lot more. It's become a lot more nuanced
Yeah.
around what are we being fed, what's really happening. I would like to know what's going on in terms of, these pictures, how much.
How do we get the truth these days?
You have to look at different sources,
Yeah.
and it's hard.
You have
At
to
this point,
spend the time. You have
If
to
someone
spend
would have
time.
wrote something about that, I don't know if I'd believe it or not.
Yeah.
The pictures, videos and the videos can lie, but it's a lot harder. That could have been footage shot when some riot in Paris 3 years ago, right?
Exactly.
So even saying this, I don't know for sure that's true.
Yeah.
But I know the argument was being, this is what's being reported, this is what's happening. How come the media isn't showing this? And
Yeah.
could they be setting that all up
Yeah.
and it's all bullshit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Stay tuned and pay attention because
Oh, Mike,
it's gonna get interesting. Shit is just gonna get weird.
I think if this is a seeding of, this is in Europe, it is a major factor that
Yeah.
needs to be really somehow vetted that out.
Yeah,
I'm not sure even how you do it.
I don't either.
What I would do, Carl and Mike at presidency, I'm on the phone going, you want that next arms shipment, Syria, Saudi Arabia? You're getting. I'm putting you down for 100,000. Click.
Yeah, no, I'm putting you down for everybody that comes out of there from here on out. You don't get shit.
Yeah.
Call up Putin.
Basically,
Yeah, crawl in bed with Putin or the Chinese.
I ain't sending no more weapons to you
Yeah.
until you take on these
But I think,
refugees. Take care of this situation. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Sometimes you got to stop the flow. And how you stop the flow, I don't know.
Well, I don't know if anybody can stop the flow, but they're taking them in. Mm-hmm. Arab countries are taking in the Syrians because Syrians are Arabs, and it's going to be. They don't want to take them in because those Syrians aren't wasabi. They've broken it down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they don't get to break it down.
Yeah. No.
It's their problem. It's their neighborhood.
Yeah.
Start taking responsibility.
Yeah. Ooh.
Responsibility. What a concept.
Ooh, that word.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes us just uncaring sons of bitches.
First world pricks.
First world pricks.
Yep.
Because we want the Arabs to go to the Arab countries.
No, we want everybody to take care of their own neighborhood.
That's right. Take care of your neighborhood.
Pull the weeds in your own yard.
There you have it.
Ooh.
Well, Syria wouldn't be their own yard. It would be their street.
Yeah.
because every street always has that one neighbor. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
that
really
just
do the
doesn't
yard.
take care of the yard.
Yeah, I remember my dad one time went over with the lawnmower and just mowed his yard
Ooh.
while he was sitting in the thing watching TV.
Oh, how did they go over?
The other neighbors had a good laugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he mow his lawn from then on?
He started to afterwards.
Yeah, he got shamed.
He got shamed.
Yeah. Ooh, good for your dad. That was
Yeah.
good. That was a good move. I don't know that I would have thought to do that or even had the balls to do that.
Oh,
That's
it was
good.
pretty out of control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yep. Check us all out, carlandmike.net. And check out our video, 5 Questions in 5 Minutes with carlandmike.net, at carlandmike.net. Check out support. Be our first Patreon supporter at I support carlandmike.net. I think that's all I've got.
All right.
Peace.
Out.